हाय फ्रेंड्स, नमस्कार। स्वागत है आप लोगों का मेरे YouTube चैनल विमलेश चौहान मोटिवेशन गुरु में। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो आई होप कि पैंडेमिक के इस दौर में आप सब सुरक्षित होंगे, अपने घरों में होंगे, अपनी केयर कर रहे होंगे। सो फ्रेंड्स, बी सेफ, बी पॉजिटिव, स्टे एट होम and take care of yourself and your family members. तो दोस्तों, आज की सीरीज में हम बात करते हैं मैनेजमेंट लेसन्स की। और जब मैनेजमेंट लेसन्स की बात करते हैं तो कई ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिनसे मैनेजमेंट के छोटे छोटे टिप्स और टेक्निक्स हमको मिलते हैं। दे वर्क एज द मैनेजमेंट टूल्स। So today we are going to learn the management techniques, management tools or management tips, whatsoever you say, from Ramayana. There are many things, many examples in Ramayana which teach us lot of management tools, tips of our life management. Every minute, if you go through the Ramayana, and there are a lot of incidents in Ramayana which teach us regarding these tips. So let's start management tools, life management and Ramayana. So friends, it is said that great knowledge and wisdom is passed from one generation to another, and there is no doubt regarding that. And it is applied in every aspect of life, no matter how much the time changes. We can say that now the times have changed, how those things would be relevant now. But no, there are certain things which carry on even with the time. Even today, the wisdom of Chanakya is treated to be best for the diplomatic planning. Life of Ashoka is a great example for the organizations with a happy workforce. Mahatma Gandhi's teachings, the employee handbooks or the rule book that we make in our organizations, the code of conduct, that is nothing but Mahatma Gandhi's teachings. So our epics and historical texts they are full of important lessons that can help us greatly in our life. Ramayana is a work of literature that is frequently cited while we give the management lessons. Indeed, it cannot be denied that the outcome of Ramayana is because of the management decisions taken by its various characters. Because of those management decisions, the battle was won by Lord Rama, and there is no dearth of examples. So let's go by one. We will have the 14 management tips or tools that we learn from Ramayana. First is, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. It means don't judge any person by his or her appearance. One of the reasons behind Lord Rama's success was that he did not judge the people by their appearance. No. He did not look at the apes and he did not think that they cannot fight a man's battle. Rather, he judged them by their abilities. That's how he gained the victory. He learned, he got advantage through Sugriv's managerial skills, Hanuman's determination and loyalty, Vibhishan's planning abilities, Jamvan's knowledge, and so on. So it will surprise you that when given a chance, people you did not expect, they come through with flying colors. So never look a person from his appearance, but from his or her abilities.
Second point is every employee is important. Every member of the team is important. When you are undergoing any project, make sure you are involving every member from top brass to lowest person. Teamwork is extremely important for completing any task. See, Lord Rama had involved even birds and squirrels in building the bridge to Lanka. And this is how he was able to complete the task. Similarly, the contributions and opinions of every worker, every team member counts when doing any job. And they feel important also. Third point is create a vision. You must be visionary. When you are working on a project, simply telling the people what they need to do will not work. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to produce the quality work. You need to give them the vision. They should have the vision where they have to work. This will have two positive effects. First, an exciting vision will give them a tangible aim to work. They would work with an aim. This leads to team members taking productive decisions themselves and contributing more and more towards your project. If they are clear in their vision, if you make their vision clear, you allow them to work according to their abilities, they will give more productive decisions, more productivity. You cannot expect even that much. So this would give you the better results. Secondly, now they have something to keep them motivated. They have an aim, they have a vision that they have to work towards it. So clear vision should be there. Fourth is ethics, code of conduct. Lord Rama's ethics, the most defining part of his character. He is seen to maintain his moral code of conduct, although he might be in very difficult circumstances, but he never went out of the ethics or code of conduct. And this resulted, what result did he got? His team and his subordinates, they were able to have full faith on him at all the times. It even gained the unlikely allegiance of Vibhishan. So Vibhishan was brother of his enemy, but he got himself to his side because of his ethics. Now, if you stay moral in conducting your business at all times, your employers would trust you and help you in difficult times. As a team member, if you are always following your ethics, always going by the code of conduct, your boss will trust you. And whenever you are in difficult times, they will be able to help you. Next is, team leaders should have faith in team. Trust. Friends, trust is always a two-way communication, two-way road. That means that as a manager or a team leader, you must also respect your team. Otherwise, the result may be that you may lose the important people. So the burden of the mistake, not trusting Sita, was faced by Rama. When she left him and decided to return to the bosom of the earth, goddess, time and again, she had to prove her fidelity. And because then he did not trust, and then she did not have any other option but go back to the earth. So it means that you must trust your team members. Next point is planning and analysis. Hanuman's clever planning and SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, his clever planning and this SWOT analysis in Sri Lanka, from figuring out the best way to infiltrate, how to enter, how to reach to Sita ji, and gaining her trust, to how to escape in case there were adverse situations. So all the planning was done perfectly before the battle that Sri Ram had to enter into Lanka. So he knew that he was walking into. When as a team member, I know that what is my goal, what is the planning, and that planning, when I'm giving it to my team members, then they know that where they have to go, where they have to reach, how they have to achieve. So knowing the field like the back of your hand ensures that you are prepared for everything. Treat your rivals with respect. I remember the lines of late Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, which he said in Parliament, कि हम सब प्रतिद्वंदी हैं, शत्रु नहीं, प्रतिपक्षी हैं, शत्रु नहीं. So this is important in business also. Reserve the competition strictly during the business. When it comes to general conduct, etiquettes, or when meeting your rivals, you must treat them with full respect they deserve. It is these very people that will help you when you are in problem. Case of Vibhishan is a great example. Even Ravan gave the administration tips or advice to Lord Rama at the time of his death, before dying, because Rama respected him. And Lord Rama did the last rites of soldiers of both the sides, which was an example of this greatness of Lord Rama. So treat your rivals with respect. Do not be impulsive or egoistic. Impulse, temptation, and ego. These are the things which brought the downfall of Ravan. Impulse and temptation. This was the thing that led to Sita's troubles in the first place. It is important to always take decisions after going through it and only after considering all aspects. Do not be tempted by easy success or try to cut corners. Do not try to ditch customers. Do not exploit people for a bit of extra money. And definitely let not ego rule your business. So, impulsive, temptation, and being egoistic, stay away from them. Next, do not make blind promises. See, the power of promises is reiterated multiple times in Ramayana. King Dashrath's 2 promises to Kaikeyi were made without consideration of consequences. And what did it lead to? It was a problem for his sons and daughter-in-law. King Dashrath made 2 promises without considering anything to Kaikeyi that led to the Vanvas of Ram, Lakshman and Sita. At the same time, Ram's promise to Sugriv and Vibhishan that they will be made the king of their kingdoms. but he made the promises after going through all the aspects. So, making these strong alliances, considering all the aspects, do not make the false promises. Manage your stakeholders. This is a tricky field. See, knowing the balance, how much influence your stakeholders should have on your decisions in the organization can completely change the direction of your company. Kakei's stake in the throne led to the derailment of Dashrath's ruling plan. Now she was the stakeholder, and her decision, her participation in that completely spoiled King Dashrath's ruling plan. On the opposite side, Ravan ignored his wife, ignored his brother, ignored his grandfather, and let his couriers, and they had a stake in the kingdom. He ruled his decisions, and his decisions caused the death at the end. So always keep your stakeholders happy, but do not let them overpower you. Create the right alliances. It cannot be denied that much of the success that Lord Rama had achieved was due to the strong alliances he created. Sugriv, Hanuman, Vibhishan, they were his key alliances that turned the tide in his favor. Jatayu's help was a key turning point in searching Sita. Hanuman's assistance throughout his journey, was essential in winning the war and relocating Sita. So, for a modern organization also, the right mergers and alliances, they can help you in reaching to great heights, success, and do not be affected by the poor alliances. Don't be a supremacist. Friends, all of us know, Ram Raj is the epitome of the moderate path, with a special focus on kindness, tolerance, and discipline. Ravan's ruling principle was just the opposite. He believed in his ultimate power and did everything to implement his own ideas, beliefs on others. His extremist approach to rule over his disgruntled subjects, with the result that in the end his supremacy was toppled. So keeping a tolerant, inclusive workplace gives space for creativity to all the members, and that is essential for growth and productivity. Last but one is constant communication. A lack of communication between Bali and Sugriv led to Bali's downfall. Miscommunication between Ram, Sita and Lakshman due to that Mragmari that led to abduction of Sita. So needless to say that communication is the key to successful management. Always keep the door unlocked for open communication. Have internal communication among all the members of the team. This ensures smooth working, enhanced productivity, and a healthy work environment in the organization. Last point is, be cool during the adverse time. See, if Rama could easily have overreacted when he heard about his banishment. When his father, King Dashrath, asked him to go for exile for 14 years, he could have overreacted, but he didn't. It would have led to the impression that he was hungry for power. He would not have been a good king. He could have wasted his time in crying and tears and grieving when Sita was kidnapped. Then he would have missed the vital clues that led to figuring her out. So keep your cool in adverse situations. This will help your organization out of the adversity and save all sides. बुलंदी की उड़ान पर हो तो जरा सब्र रखो, बुलंदी की उड़ान पर हो तो जरा सब्र रखो, परिंदे बताते हैं कि आसमां में ठिकाने नहीं होते। बुलंदी की उड़ान पर हो तो सब्र रखो, परिंदे बताते हैं कि आसमां पे ठिकाने नहीं होते। So these were just 14 points, but if we go through the Ramayana one by one, line by line, we can have few of more and more management lessons. So I hope that this session of management tools, management lessons from Ramayana, the famous epic, must help you in even in our life management, our office management, our home management, everywhere. So I hope that it would help you out. Again, I would say the pandemic situation is severe, serious. Be safe, be at your home, stay safe. Let your mind be positive. Thank you. All the best. Have a good day.